Hey guys, it's Lightning Flash here, and it's that time of year again. It's time to harvest some chestnuts. I've already collected about a dozen chestnuts right here in just a few minutes that were laying on the ground. There are a ton on the trees that are opening up. Let me show you guys the tree. All right, so here on the tree, there are a ton that are opening up, and we're going to pick them. There's a lot on this tree this year. They're not as big as last year. Almost all those ones are opening up. Yeah, they're not nowhere close to as big as last year, but they'll still make good chestnut candy and good chestnut syrup. This right here is a little overgrown because there has not been any work done around here in a year, so a lot of stuff that'll need to be done. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna knock them off. So it's one down, two down, three down. Oh, that one came off too. That one's not completely open yet. This one's open. All three of those came off at once. Knock this one off. Now what you want to do is either use your boot or use a stick with your boot and pull apart, because you do not want those burrs going into your hand. Get this with my boot and this stick thing. I think this came off a light, I'm not really sure. These ones are still not completely ripe, but they should ripen as time goes on. Like I said before, these are nowhere near the size they were last year. These ones are still pretty white. Get in here and grab these without getting stuck. I guess I'll just put them in a pile right over there. Yeah, these are not completely ripe. They will ripen up over like leaving them out. They were opened up, but not completely. It's best to probably wait till they fall to the ground like those other ones I picked up. As you can see, we are starting to form a pretty good pile right here. Then we got these ones that are not as ripe yet. I don't plan on knocking all the nuts off the tree. I'm just gonna get the ones that are really open, that are brown, and try not to knock any more off that are not ripe. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is shake this one limb to get all these ones that are opened up to drop down. I do not want to get every nut off this tree, just the ones that are opened up. So we're gonna come right over here, climb through this brush, hope none of these land on my head. There's one down. All right, now we have a very good amount of these on the ground. When I was little, I used to think these chestnut burrs were porcupines, and I would always go out on my Mama and Papa's porch and always step on one. And when you step on these, oh, you're in a world of hurt. So we're gonna come over here like I've been doing and just separate the burr from the nuts. These are not completely ripe, but they will ripen, just leaving them out. But you also don't want to leave them here because I know that stuff will steal them, such as not porcupines, but coons and deer. I don't understand how a deer gets into them. Maybe their hoof or something, but you don't want that to happen. This year I'm looking forward to candy and syrup. Ow! I need to get a chestnut picker probably, or just get a milk jug, cut the bottom out of it and hook it to a stick. I don't know why, but this year we got really poor sizes for chestnuts. I'm thinking maybe, well, probably, definitely, it was because we did not have a lot of rain. It was basically a drought here in Western Pennsylvania. So that's probably why we didn't get very big nuts, because these only started forming like 2.5 months ago, or maybe 2 months ago. So they were late in starting. It was also very, very dry. We only started getting rain about, a good amount of rain about a month ago, so that probably was a big determining factor of why these are so small compared to what they usually are. Okay, so I'm not going to pick all these today, obviously. I'm going to wait. Over the next few days, I'm going to continue collecting these chestnuts because I don't want to, obviously I don't want to knock them all off right now. Too much work. So over the next few days, I'm going to be collecting these and then I'll put it all into the video. So I think for today, I pretty much knocked down all the ones I'm going to knock down. All right, so after a few minutes of fighting with the burrs and getting poked, we got a nice handful right here. That's a good haul for today. I'll be back when there is more to harvest in probably tomorrow or a day or two. All right, guys, it's actually been a few days and there are chestnuts everywhere on the ground. I got a lot of chestnuts to pick up. Good thing is most of them are still in their burrs. That makes it a lot easier for me. Hopefully I'm wrong and there are some big ones. These are pretty good size right there, those two. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cold. Got a bunch right here. If we go under the tree more, there's a bunch of burrs under here. Bunch of burrs. We have some wood stacked up over here. So there's plastic, so some of these got caught. So that's a good thing. I just got a lot of picking to do off the ground. There's more there. There's more there. There's a bunch back there. Well, I guess I just had to get started and be back when I have them done. Funny how out of like 6 nuts you get this many. I've got hundreds to pick up. Good though, because we're gonna make some chestnut candy and we're gonna get some chestnut syrup off this. These chestnut trees are not super tall trees, but they are very good for producing. Last year we had bigger nuts, but this year we've had a ton of nuts. They might not have been as big as last year, but we still got a pretty good crop overall. All right, so I got this whole jug filled with chestnuts. There's also a lot more. Probably could fill another half container with the ones we picked up. I don't know how many 100 I'd say are in there, but there's a lot. I'll have to treat them for the worms hopefully soon, and hopefully the worms didn't do too much damage to obviously eat the nuts or use the nuts. They shouldn't though. It seems like our infestation isn't too bad. Only a small amount of the nuts have worms in them, so the next video I will treat the chestnuts for worms. That's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching me harvest some chestnuts. We are going to make some chestnut candy out of these chestnuts, and we're gonna get some chestnut syrup. Very, very good. All right, guys, let me know if you would like me to sell some chestnuts next year. I'm thinking like $2 a nut. That will go towards funding projects on the homestead and allowing me to buy more chestnut trees for the breeding program I'm gonna start to try to get a blight-resistant tree. These are hybrid chestnuts, majority Chinese, but they make great candy and great syrup as a byproduct from making the candy. Buying these hybrid chestnuts will help me buy more American chestnuts, pure American chestnuts, to get a blight-resistant tree. I'm gonna obviously start a massive breeding program with trees I find and buying trees from a certain guy I know, which has a fair amount of good resistance in his trees, or good tolerance in his trees. The nuts I'm going to be selling are great for food plots. Like, obviously hybrid, mostly Chinese, have to be in an open area, but they make great food plot trees because of how much chestnuts they produce. And you can make flour out of Chinese chestnuts and all kinds of other things. So let me know if you're interested. All right, guys, make sure to drop a like on this video, hit that notification bell, and subscribe for more content. And as always, watch my videos so we can reach that amount of watch time we need. We only are about 400, 500 watch hours away. Okay, guys, keep it electrified. God bless.